I don't know. She's on her own. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Power episode of Buying Panther Presents. Right now, we have Kim and Stacy. Chris may be coming later, but we're gonna get into Tariq book. Tariq got into a couple people, but we'll talk about that later. We're gonna talk about book 2, season 2, episode 7. A lot of things went down. Lot of things went down. I felt like it was a Star Wars inspired episode. I felt that.
Okay.
But Dante saying, "No, Zeke, I am your father." And he said, "No, that's impossible." I was like, what the? He's like, "Well, why do you know my foot size? What the fuck?" Anyway, Stacy, well, where would you like to begin, though?
Tariq needs to die. Tariq needs his water cut off. I hope Lorenzo finds out that he deflowered Diana and then turns his water off.
All right. Kim.
If not, Monet definitely will.
Oh, Monet, that's...
Because they don't have drugs for Tariq anyway, so there's really no use for him.
Lorenzo should have murdered him a long time ago in prison, even though he was only there for 5 minutes. I mean, he should have killed him in prison since he's worried about him snitching. But Kim, what do you think about what Tariq was going on with Diane in particular? What you
lost her daggone V card to Tariq. Of all people, like, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's ugly or anything. I'm just saying he's not worthy of that privilege. Like, he just slept with Effie like a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And he's definitely gonna smash Lauren again because she's stupid. She's running around trying to say sorry. It's like, no, sweetheart, forget it. You know, like, you already messed this up. But she's still gonna end up getting, he's gonna end up getting it again because she's stupid. Yeah, yeah. And Diana, the one thing that Tariq is gonna mess up with is Diana. Like, Monet and Lorenzo will probably try to kill him for this one. I mean, he's gonna have to do a lot to get them not.
And Kane.
Huh?
And Kane.
Oh yeah. Oh, Kane. Whew. That might be when Kane, like, because they can't kill Michael because he's the star of the show. But that might be when Kane and him really get into it, and we finally see Tariq fight, because we've never seen that ever. So that would be great. I would love to see him fight with Kane. Kane's gonna whoop his ass, but
I absolutely.
I think it might be another kill for Tariq.
Kane? No, absolutely. They can't. What? So let's start with why Tariq needs to die. Tariq is the man.
Oh my God, y'all are really serious with that one.
Well, this is why I'm saying it. This is why I'm saying it. What really pissed me off about this episode was that, especially Tamika's speech, he's going to be a bigger monster than his father. We have to stop him now. He has the tools to be more dangerous than his father. Kiss my black ass. There is no way Tariq will ever get to Ghost's level. Prison scene alone is already established who the GOAT is. All right. By itself. Like, I could not, I was like, what? Don't you remember when he wiped out 2 drug organizations just because he didn't want anybody to know his name by himself? Didn't need Tommy. He all he had was a sidearm and a hoodie, and he murdered like 10 people, and then went home, cleaned up.
But it took years for him to get to that point, though. That is Ghost. Like, how many years after he first started? I mean, he's been doing it for years. He should be precise with it, because his name is Ghost. So yeah, he's been doing it for like 20 years. Tariq has only been doing this, a year in TV land?
I can't. He's
19.
It's disrespect.
Ghost is 40.
Courtney Kemp continues to disrespect Omari Hardwick and this character with his dialogue. She continues to be like, because he's out there saying he is the show. I mean, so she got to balance that out. Omari's still doing interviews like, without me, there is no power, and da. So she's like, the power of the pen. She's like, Ghost ain't shit. Tariq is the future. He will be much more dangerous. No, he is not. Fuck fuck that. But let's get to the draws dropping, because when Diane fucks a man who already has another woman standing in front of her to get to the same dick, Tariq treated Diane like straight shit last season. Straight shit, to the point that she was like, he won't even make me a drink. Like, Stacey said it. Tariq has no game, nor does he need to. He exudes these writers has Tariq exuding so much big dick energy, I guess, that ass just comes to him. Like, he just, I'm like, what the fuck? I could not believe what I was watching. I was like, Diane, do you got
like, no, you gotta be sure. You gotta. I'm like, nigga, what?
That's because he knee deep in the ass right now. He like, girl, look, unless you don't want to do this, you need to get up out of here. Because I just fucked Effie a couple days ago. Fuck Lauren. Oh, God. Lauren, if this is possible, Lauren should murder Tariq. This woman has given up her ass, her car, and her brother's apartment to a man who said, you are dismissed, as she was apologizing, as you, Kim, said, to him. Has he even ever sent I want to put Drew in this real quick. Drew was about to murder his lover, but because he sent him "I miss you" text, he was like, never mind. I can't kill this dude.
This reminded me of when Cyrus was trying to kill his husband. Remember that shit?
Remember? And he was like, oh, never mind.
And he was like, abort.
I love this. But wait, we'll get to Drew in a minute. But this made me think about Tariq. Has he ever sent a "I miss you" text, "I'm thinking about you" text? Thank you for the car, Lauren. Thank you for the apartment, Lauren. A dick pic, something. Has he ever sent anything to any of these women? No.
Camera.
Huh?
Off camera.
I'm like, I could not believe that they did this bullshit. Like, what does Courtney Kemp have for Tariq that she's like, this is him?
Once he turns 21, they're gonna be on the red carpet holding hands. You know, she like him young.
Wow. Woo.
Fucking Too Big got
She
replaced by
trying to
Tariq.
help.
Oh, fuck, that's hilarious. Everyone surrounding Tariq is dumb, is why he makes him look so smarter than everybody else. Monet was 16 and Dante was 18 when they had Zeke. I don't. Okay, so hold on. Let's talk about this paternity issue. What y'all think? What you think of Dante's approach to Bigfoot, Littlefoot situation?
Could he not have, like, let's say, accidentally bump into him and pull one of his blonde locks out, and then got a DNA test, and then came back and presented the evidence, not a tattoo called Ezekiel, but like actual DNA testing, and say, hey, you and me are related. I am your father. Because some random light-skinned dude walking up to me like, oh, I'm your daddy, right? Who's gonna listen to this? Especially if I'm an NBA prospect.
Kim, what you think?
I thought it was ridiculous because Mecca he doesn't actually know that Zeke's his kid. Like, it's hearsay. So, I mean, Monet could say whatever she wants. She doesn't know. If she was only banging Mecca at the time, maybe. But we don't know that. So he should have like a DNA test. But it's Monet's fault that he felt like he had to do that. Just let him be introduced to Zeke. What is the big deal? What's going to happen that is going to like devastate Monet's life? I mean, she doesn't want to be
Zeke is going to run his mouth.
But Lorenzo doesn't want to be with her. I mean, Lorenzo has suspicions about stuff going on anyway. So what difference does it make if she just fesses up to Zeke and to Mecca, about Mecca.
Zeke did not meet with an agent because some strange light-skinned dude said, "I'm your daddy." And instead of calling his mother, and saying, "Hey, some light-skinned bald-headed dude that could be my daddy," he packs his shit and goes to go down south to talk with his mother as if we don't have phones in the South.
He's stupid. We already established that he's dumb.
So imagine if Monet says, "I'm your mother," and this light-skinned dude is really your dad.
Why didn't she say
the rails? He's not gonna make it to the draft. He's gonna do something stupid. That's why she didn't tell him.
But it's ridiculous, though. It's your father. Just move on from it. You didn't
We're
know.
talking about Zeke, okay?
He's an idiot. I don't know why they make this guy play such an idiot, because he's actually not stupid in real life. He's a very intelligent man. But this Zeke person, he's dumb and it's annoying. Just sit this man down. And when Monet was like still making up more lies, now Monet has herself into a hole that she's not going to be able to get out of because Zeke is going to hate her. When she sat him down, she should have said, "Look, let me tell you the straight truth." She said that and then lied to him. He's going to hate her even more.
You know what this is sounding like, right? Power Book 3 and Raquel and Kanan. And I'm like, fuck me, man. Like, it's like the writers watch their own shows and go, we did this stupid shit in book 3. Let's do it again in book 2.
Maybe we're going to find out Dante has like cancer and needs a kidney or some shit. And that's the real reason why he came back, not because he loved Monet. He needs a kidney.
Let's put a pin in that for Kings of Napa. But we'll get in that later. Chris, thank you for joining us. Your mobile review is critical to our discussion. Appreciate it. What'd you think of the Zeke Dante interaction, sir?
I mean, I didn't know it was going to go down like this. I mean, I thought, it seemed forced. I thought it seemed forced a little bit. I thought it was kind of humorous that Zeke was like, "Damn, the tattoo though." Like, I'm sorry, I know a lot of people have quotes and stuff on their arms, like especially when it comes to the Bible. I mean, granted, Ezekiel is not no Psalms or anything like that, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, that's just too convenient. Yo, think of it this way. If I wanted to make money off of you, right? Like, if I know that you're about to be the number one, if you're like LeBron, let's say you're LeBron James, and you happen to be a Gemini, and I have this ploy of making it seem like, yo, I'm your daddy. Yeah, I'm gonna put some Gemini. I might put some Gemini shit on there, but like, see, here's proof. You know what I mean? I don't know why Zeke was like, so like the tattoo, that got to be real. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I thought he was gonna play him in 1-on-1 and Dante just crossing him. I was waiting for it. I was like, oh shit, here we go. He's gonna be like, yo, let's play. And then it's gonna be like Love and Basketball, and he's like, that's 2 out of 3. You know,
it's funny you should bring that up because I thought about Kanan. I thought about when Kanan met Tariq, and I thought he was gonna be like, "You want to go 1-on-1? My name is Slim." I was like, "Oh shit, they're about to do this story again." And like he's gonna be like, "Hey, can I be your friend, Zeke? I just want to hang out with you." And then later on, he's gonna be like, "I'm your daddy." I was like, "We've seen this before, sir." Also, when Zeke confronts his aunt, hold up. Dante says to ask your mother who your real father is.
Which mother?
Exactly. Like, you know, Zeke doesn't know that his auntie is actually his mother. So to Stacy's point, it's 2021. Pull out the iPhone, fucking FaceTime real mother and go, who is this Rick Fox looking motherfucker? Like, who is this dude? I was like, what? I was like, then he talks to Monet. She don't even ask said man's name. Some man, light-skinned dude says he's my daddy. She don't say, well, what's his name? Like, who is he? He don't say said name. And she's already like, don't worry about it. Your dad died in prison.
I mean, yeah.
I'm like, but then she
I
tells
was okay with Monet not seeing the name. Because I figured Monet, at that point, someone random come up with that after all these years, especially after having a conversation with Dante, say, "You don't tell him I will." Yeah, I'm. She didn't need to say that. Like, oh, was it this guy? Was it like she knew. She knew who it was. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like it's pretty obvious, you know. But on his end, I'm surprised he did not question, like when she said, "Oh, he's in prison for life," and be like, "Oh, okay," you know what I mean? Like that was it. It was just like what's his name? What? I mean, for one, this is the first time hearing that your pappy is in prison for life. First of all, why wouldn't your mother tell you this? You know what I mean? Like, you know, you're, you know, like, and then you just being so matter of fact, like, oh, you know, it's just too convenient. Yeah.
Oh shit, man. It's bad. It's real bad with this bullshit, bro. Like this ain't it. But you know, but again, this season 2 Zeke is much dumber than season 1 Zeke. So we'll just roll with this until we get to season 3. Let's talk about Drew. Let's talk about Drew and his murdering ability all of a sudden. Because
I told you you were going to do this. I told you you're going to make him look like a badass in front of his pops. So then all of us be like, oh, he's too soft. I knew it. I knew all of a sudden it was like they're going to have him pop the homie. You know what I mean? But then they also showed that he was soft because of the girl. So I don't know.
Kim, what do you think of Drew's post-shooting dead shot moment as old boy was getting that ass?
I mean, it was a good shot, but I was surprised that Drew was able to do it. Because Drew is just not a criminal. He's Drew. Like, he loves just banging his boyfriend and hanging out, like, and playing video games. So now he's like this marksman. Like, it didn't make a lot of sense. I was like, no. They're trying to make us believe that now because he's with his dad, he's gonna be like this thug. I'm like, no. Even when he was walking to kill his boyfriend, you mean to tell me you're on a mission to like, because he's, you know, your boyfriend talks too much. And then all he has to do is say, I miss you. And you say, I miss you too? What? And I'm on my way over there?
Yeah, to kill you.
Yeah, to kill you, basically. But yeah, it didn't make any sense.
I was okay with that. I was actually okay with the text messing him up. You know what I mean? No. So the ski masking was like, I'm like, Lou, like no one's going to know that was you. You know. But
so, well, let's get. Well, we're getting Stacey. What do you think of the two actual murders and attempted murder of Drew?
Wasn't it 2 episodes that he could barely hold a gun straight?
Or even a paintbrush?
Because the shoulder wound, like, and he kept expressing, I got shot. The mental and physical trauma of getting shot. Now he's the equalizer. I'm not sure how that works. In this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and then,
yeah, go ahead.
And he can fight now too.
And then you're going to murder your boyfriend, but you bring your cell phone to prove that you were at the exact location at the exact time that he got shot in the head.
Yep. Yeah. That's smart. Now CJ32 pulled 2. He says, I'm an expert 9. Wait, hold on. Okay, he says you don't have to be a criminal to know how to shoot a gun. But yeah, exactly. But Drew's not a criminal. Drew couldn't even shoot a gun just like 2 days ago because his hand was shaking because it's all messed up from getting shot. So I'm not understanding what you're saying. He's not a criminal.
And did he one-handed it or two-handed? I can't.
Yeah, remember when Kane had to show him how to shoot without pain? Remember that? Like Kane was showing, they went to the shooting gallery.
And he had to shoot with his left hand because he's right-handed. So he had to shoot with his left hand.
Did he shoot with his left hand? Maybe he perfected that.
Maybe. Actually, good point.
You're lefty, Chris. Tell us about
you're a left-hander.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, reloading is the part that sucks. I mean, shooting is no different from shooting from right hand. The only thing that sucks is like you have to do a reload. That's where it becomes tricky. But
and that's why he's a marksman, because he only took that one shot.
Yeah.
Now, if this would have been a great opportunity for him to say, "Hey, Daddy, you know why I was so good? Kane showed me how to do this." Like that would have been awesome to even tie that scene together so we could believe this bullshit. Because I would have been like, Because you remember last season when Drew was so scared that fucking Kane had to do all the fucking work, all of it, when he's like, you need to go body Lil Guap for what he did to me. How about you body him since he did it to you? Like, what the fuck do I got to go do it? Because Drew was a bitch. And he was like, that's what Kane is for. Now all of a sudden, and to your point of masks, you about to murder, you think one person, you don't wear no mask or nothing. You ain't worried about nobody seeing your face. Then Drew gets into the face of the witness that he wants to leave alive and be like, now you didn't see us, right? Like, I'm going to take your word that you're not going to tell anybody about this. My name is Drew, by the way.
She's going to be the next Maria Suarez or whatever the hell her name is. The one that goes left alive.
We'll get to that bullshit, how Tamika had all these fucking cop photos in a minute. But I was like, that was that bullshit. But I like how Lorenzo was like, we don't leave loose ends. But Chris, it doesn't make any sense that after Drew got the ass from Everett, he was ready to murder him. Like that, like ass did not stop him. But a text message, and he was like, I guess Chris didn't want to do it no more. He'll be back, I'm sure. After a text message, right? He was like, and Drew didn't hear the ding go off. Stacey, you texted everybody. I heard it. Like he did. I mean, if he would have been like, what the?
Yeah,
hey, Drew.
You're on a public street. Somebody's walking like a few paces behind you. You don't look around. You're just too engulfed in texting your booth.
And then he gets out in front of an Ivy League school. Puts on a black man. Let's see racist for a minute.
It's COVID. You can wear a mask now.
There's no COVID in the Power universe, except for the fact that the students are magically social distanced, and it's only half people in that classroom. But like,
yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, yeah, that's definitely because of COVID,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like, black man gets out in front of an Ivy League school, puts on a face mask, and is walking up quietly. I would be like, no cops, nothing. I'd be like, excuse me, sir, do you need to be here? Do you remember when Tariq said that? When Drew showed up and he was like, what the fuck are you doing here? You can't just be walking around black around here. Like you might get caught. And now all of a sudden he's just about to shoot this dude in front of this school and think he's just gonna walk away from that shit. What? Then he thinks he can fight Kane. What? Come on now. He knew better. He knew better. You gotta be like, you talk all the shit you want, bro, but let's not do this.
I did Renee to come downstairs with a belt and just start whipping them like kids.
I told y'all to
you
stop.
You broke my good cabinet.
Oh, BMF. She lines them both up and be like, who did this shit? You're both gonna get whooped. I was like, that's real black parenting right there. There you go, Chris. Kim, what you think about the boys will be boys moment?
Well, because I have two boys, I realize this happens all the time. Because the oldest one always has to make sure that the younger one is make sure that they know I'm older and I could whoop your ass, that kind of thing. That's what's happened with Kane and Drew. Yeah. But and the dad coming down there breaking them up, that was fine or whatever. But I mean, we know that Kane could have really hurt Drew, but he doesn't really want to hurt him. He loves him. That's his brother.
There's no way. I'm sorry. I don't know how the real fighting abilities, but I can almost guarantee you there's no way Drew can put hands on Kane like that. I'm
not saying that. What I'm saying is that when brothers fight each other, my sons used to do that sometimes, but at the end of the day, my youngest respects his brother enough to be like, just get off me. Like they don't actually want to hurt each other, right? They get mad with each other, yeah, but at the end of the day, Kane would never really hurt Drew. He doesn't really want to hurt Drew. It's his younger brother. So that whole scene was just frustrating. They're just frustrated with each other, that's all.
And they're both jockeying for position, right? So Kane is upset that obviously Daddy has picked Drew over him. So he ain't happy about that, right? And then Drew is almost, feeling himself a little bit because he just got done killing a man. So maybe he feel like he could step up to his brother. And his brother had to be like, there's hierarchies in this family, bro. Like, you may be the brains, but I'm the brawn. So you don't call your brother a guard dog with a new master and not think he's not going to whoop your ass. Like, exactly. I'm like, what do you think was going to happen? So let's talk about Lauren. I want to talk. This whole episode was based on what happens when people make decisions for other people without their consent, which they constantly shoved in every fucking scene of dialogue in this show, and that's what I really hate about Power Book 2. But that being said, I want to talk about Lauren. Damn, Chris. I want to talk about Lauren, her anger that Carrie somehow, without her consent, made her a snitch. Is the bullshit that she tried to give us.
Remember, it says you signed the papers, so you consented, and didn't have a lawyer. Just
what?
But she's young, so she didn't know better. But it's her fault. It is her fault. But she didn't know better. When you're 19, you don't know better to not sign something.
I'm pretty sure her parents said lawyer.
She should have, but the thing is too, Lauren was sheltered. So her parents haven't told her that if somebody puts a contract or anything in front of you not to sign it. She doesn't know not to do that.
Sure that
it was Lulu. Hey, Spill the Tea said it was Lulu and Marvin fighting again.
Oh yeah.
Power Book 3. They just did Power Book 3 again. Fuck these writers. But yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. But this conversation happens in class where you got Bushandra, Lauren, Tariq, Tate, right, and Carrie.
And that other guy. Who's that other guy that's always chiming in? The white guy.
Asian dude. They're talking about the Asian dude?
Is he Asian?
Yeah, I'm talking about the guy in front who said consent is given when you sign the paper. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But my problem is they brought up the issue of Lauren being caught up into the room raids, right? Only Lauren, she did not confront Bushandra, who made a decision on her without her consent, and she is the reason, not white man racism. It's Bushandra's who bought the drugs more than once, put those drugs in Lauren's room without her permission, and it's her fault that Lauren is wrapped up in this shit. And not once did Bushandra even acknowledge this, and not once did Lauren confront her about this. This doesn't make no fucking sense.
Yeah, because the writers that haven't written that, and I thought for sure as soon as Lauren was like in trouble or whatever, that she would be like, it was Bushandra who put that in my drawer. Never
or at least Bushandra had that look on her face, like, yeah, I did that shit. But why did we see the confrontation or an apology or something?
Something. Instead, they like, I'm black, and that's why you did it. Bushandra is like, they need to stop putting out what does BOC stand for? What the fuck does that stand for?
Something people of color.
Right? What is it? Black and people of color?
Black indigenous? I don't know.
I don't fuck. Does anybody know what that bullshit means?
What
like
bullshit?
BIPOC. Bushandra says they're always picking on the BIPOC. And the judge said he's a friend of BI.
Black indigenous people of color.
Wow. Love it. I love it.
It's to highlight the unique relationship to whiteness that indigenous and black people have. Oh, Lord. Let's see. They got a whole organization.
Bruh. In
order to undo Native invisibility, anti-blackness, and dismantle white supremacy and advance racial justice.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, it just pisses me off that a black woman plants drugs on another black woman who gets her investigated by a black man, and then all of a sudden it's the white man's racism's fault.
And she was strong-armed by a black woman.
And she was coerced by another black woman into this shit, but in the end, it's the white man's fault. Kiss my black ass. Like, I mean, it gets on my fucking nerve. Anyway, then Tariq was like trying to fight this. Hey, girl, why didn't you talk to me, girl? We can't share, Tariq. And then this dumb bitch don't go, let's see. I got arrested for buying drugs that Bushandra bought from where? Course correct. And that's being ran on school. And my ex-boyfriend has been accused of, dealing drugs. And she don't put any of this shit together. Like she don't go, maybe Tariq is a drug dealer. Maybe it's not Braden. At least maybe he's helping Braden. No, none of that. None of that. She's like, I'm sorry, Tariq. I'm sorry that I hurt you and I offended you. I should have been there next on you by your side. Like,
sorry that I gave you a whole apartment and you took my car.
And my ass. You do not forget the ass. Like, I'm like, she will never grow out being that stupid. That is the woman that will constantly be used by a man. Like the character they've created, that's who she is. Like there's men like that too. Don't get me wrong, but that's who Lauren is. And that's not a good look. It's not a good look.
She should have stayed with Malcolm.
Right? You don't want to be a cheat, right? Fuck. Oh my God. Anyway, so Tariq being the monster, for some reason, he calls Tamika again.
You got to put her on the show.
I love her, but I'm
Did he pay her for her representation?
This time?
Yes.
He didn't. He didn't.
So how is anything he told her any type of
Exactly.
privileged information?
Exactly. He confessed to murder again to someone who could easily testify against him. And she magically had photos of cop photos. Like, how the fuck is she pulling out like, hey, this is how many people your daddy killed? Because when you called me up, what I heard was, I got to bring.
He killed Maria. Tommy did that shit.
Exactly. But more importantly, she says bodies keep piling around Tariq. She like him. And I thought all these murders would be over. Like Ghost was some kind of fucking serial killer. Like, I'm like,
he was. You remember that episode?
We talked about that.
People out, yeah.
But to the show's point, none of that shit got investigated to the point that they showed any photos. Every photo she picked, Tommy did most of that shit. Be real. So I'm like, but anyway, I'm like, what are you doing with those photos? You should even. This is that sheriff from Dexter. That's the kind of stupid shit we just saw. And again, no leak. No, she ain't paying for shit.
What? Did she Google ghost and then all these little articles popped up?
You know who has it? Oh, that's another thing. I wanted to bring. They're in class, right? Once again, they're in class. They made the conversation about Tariq. How is that none of these students said Tariq St. Patrick, right? Isn't he the son of James St. Patrick, who also was arrested for murder of a law enforcement official who also, huh?
But didn't they know that?
I'm saying this is, they don't acknowledge it, but like this would have been the conversation to bring that shit up, to be like, he's just like his daddy, right? I'm like, admitted drug dealer, his dad was, back in the day when he was a corner boy, arrested for fucking killing a police officer. None of this stuff comes up that even Lauren goes, maybe Tariq ain't good because, genes, since they already had the nature versus nurture episode. Like this don't come up. Mask or no mask. How ignorant was it that Kane showed up to fucking Davis's car? Like he wasn't going to figure out who was talking to him.
That was
he knows your voice. He's met your whole family.
This is some Tyler Perry stupidness. We saw this on the Oval. Like this is Tyler Perry level ignorance. Like I'm like, what? And in true Tyler Perry form, Davis goes, "Tell your mom I said hi, Kane," and just drives away. Like I'm like, what the fuck? What? Do better, Power Book 2. Do better, because that was that bullshit. Also, Paula's reintroduced. And I was like, don't you think she could have got on the stand? I'm gonna get into fucking gas in a minute. I'm trying real hard. I'm holding off. But Paula Rich looking beautiful. She's Tariq's alibi, but somehow she can't just tell the official judge that I was handling lawyer stuff. This is confidentiality. I was meeting with my client. Why does the details of the conversation even necessary? What's necessary is where he was when the conversation happened. Right?
Well, I think she's still saying that he still had time to do the murder. So why would you risk putting me on the stand to do that? Plus, I don't like your ass, so I might
Also
just
true.
get up there and say anything.
And maybe this is just me, but I think it's hypocritical as fuck for a mistress to look at the married man she's been fucking and go, I can't believe you're unethical as fuck. I can't. Oh my God, clutch my pearls. I can't believe that you would lie and be deceitful. What the fuck? What? Like,
Well, he's no Terry Silver, so Terry is all about the ethics.
till he was fucking Tasha. Ass will do that to you. But I'm just Paula. I'm like, you kiss my ass, Paula. Put your ring back on, fucking Davis. I'm like, you didn't mind that when you were fucking. So what we're doing right now? Come on, bro.
She's like, I'm the single one, you're the married one, so it's on you.
Trifling. She's still trifling. I don't care how many drinks you pour out in this man's shoes, and then he buffed the shoes when he got back. I'm not sure why we had to see that. That was funny though. But I'm like, what? Oh, bringing storylines back. Uncle Frank came back. How did his storyline come
Why
back?
did I think it was Blanca when she first walked in? I was like,
It's LaGuerta. I was like, oh shit. This is now 3 Dexter stars.
wait a minute. So they were married in 2 seasons?
I was like, oh shit.
That just dawned on me.
I was like, oh fuck, dude. Please let her come back. Please let her come back. Michael C. Hall needs to be in this shit. After 3 stars, Michael C. Hall needs to come to this shit. I want Dexter straight up helping Kane chop up a body. He's the
Wow.
he's the fixer. He's the fixer coming in. He's Dante's next henchman. He's like, I got a specialist. He handles all this shit.
So he works with the chef.
He works with the chef. I was like, that would be boss. Oh man, I saw LaGuerta. I was like, oh girl, look at
Yeah,
you.
because at first, when I saw the blonde hair and because normally she has dark hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. And I texted my son real quick. I was like, that's LaGuerta. What is she doing on there?
I was like,
but it makes sense. It makes sense she'd be on there.
that's cool. And she's somewhat threatened.
Yeah.
Right?
Bold. Yeah.
She was like, don't let this happen to Lorenzo. That's 1. Lorenzo saying that he would die to protect his family. That's 2. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like they're laying the groundwork that when Lorenzo gets murdered, you can be like, we don't know what. It could be the Uncle Frank thing. It could be something else thing. But I'm like, Lorenzo's not making it. Like, and I feel like they're definitely lining him up to be murdered.
Yeah. He's earning his money.
Oh, what's up, Stacey?
No, they better not kill Lorenzo.
Hold up, wait. I'm Yas will be later. I'm gonna hold that for later. Let's talk about Mary J. Blige's non-sex scene.
She tried to show a little emotions when she came to her husband. It was so awkward.
Arms around him, I was like,
awkward.
Fake. It was
Like she
horrible.
couldn't even muster.
And then she had a smirk on her face. No sex appeal. I mean, she's beautiful, right? I mean, she's gorgeous, but no sex appeal at all. Just wrapping her hand around his shoulders. I was like, you didn't move your butt. You didn't bring your titties closer. Nothing. I was like, this is dry. And then they showed them sleeping next to each other. She's faced that way. He's like laying on his back. And I'm like, there's no cuddling. There's no nothing. That was just straight sex. I'm asleep. Boom.
That's Mary J. Blige acting right there. She said, let me tell you what I'm not going to do. Like, I watched previous Power episodes, and I'm not Angie. I be fucked. I ain't fucking Tasha.
Angel was like,
woo!
Or Raquel. She's not Raquel either.
Also, Raquel and her storyline, they're so similar right now. Like, for both their storylines, so similar. She's like, what I'm not doing, showing any of this, right? So they're like, let's just move on to the next scene, and we'll come back to them. You don't have
to show anything to exude a little bit of oomph for your
sex appeal, something. There was no sexy. And even him, okay. Now don't get me wrong. I think Lorenzo's a nice looking dude, but it was out. Why do you have on this oversized robe? Like it was huge. I was like, I want to see your body, right? He just looked like an old man standing there with a big old robe on. He did. It's like they should have had it with no nothing on, just some boxer or something, and just his bare chest. That would have been better.
Oh, well, he ain't no crystal ball now. Like,
no, he's not.
Hold up. The highest stay naked. Okay.
Hey, he stays ready. He's not Sax either. When Sax said, "Hey, I'm willing to get naked," Sax he went to the gym. He got that shit together. You know what I'm saying? It takes effort. Even Method Man, like he showed the back. I think a little bit of his butt.
Yeah.
Method Man was like, "I'm willing to do this," but Mary J said, "I don't give a fuck." You know what I'm saying?
She's not doing it. No.
Ain't none of this.
It is straight up, and that's the thing. It's straight up that you realize that she said, absolutely not. I will kiss someone, but my lips are gonna be so closed. It's gonna feel like it hurts. It's gonna look like it hurts.
Puerto Ricans don't dress like that. I'm assuming we're talking about Lorenzo at this point.
Yeah,
Lorenzo's clothes are horrible.
I was like, what the fuck?
I need him to come out of like 1990.
So he's only been locked up for 10 years. So it's not like he got locked up in the 90s.
Okay, he needs to come out of 2000 then. Because his clothes is from 2000.
But that's the 2010s. It still wasn't that bad.
I'm sure as hell I'm sure as hell not wearing CJ 32 said he ain't wearing that big ass robe. So let's talk about the big meetup. All right. So we got Dante meeting meeting Lorenzo for the first time. You got Drew and you got Kane together. I don't understand Dante's master plan, right? Like we all agree he's trying to basically disrupt Monet's business to the point that she don't want to sell drugs anymore so he can sweep her off her feet. How does he think directing all of his drug supply towards Lorenzo and giving him some of his go-to soldiers, okay, which is a pure Jason move? When he said, I saw the Serbs and Milan when he was like, if you need some muscle to help open up the territory, I can take an extra cut and you can have some of my soldiers. I was like, Power Book 1, Jason. And Lorenzo was like, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Also, I want to say, I want to give a shout out to, not that he needs it, but Mark Dark. He did a video where he identified how the curly haired woman was the same woman who was driving the car. Yeah, and he was like, and I was like, oh shit, that was her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Remember when Monet was hearing her love song all day and then a woman got out that car?
Oh.
She was also at the party that it was the same girl, the same woman. And she was part of the special ops team minus Michael C. Hall because he's coming later. Where was the chef? When the special
do dirty work, the chef, it's a chef.
He's the house security.
He murdered Nuff like without hesitation.
He was in the house though.
He's the house though.
Yeah.
I feel like
and he was in the kitchen. That's his domain.
Right.
Get out of his kitchen.
He guards the house. He ain't about that shit stuff.
I considering how much we saw of him, he would have been probably the only one we would have recognized like up front. Like I think it would have been cool if he was leading the ops team, like, and then the lady was number 2, and then you could put it together like, oh, that's her.
I don't understand.
They were killing some random competition that we didn't even know about to make room for Kano's, or not Kano's, assistance crew. So since they're gonna take it over, Cristobal's coming. I'm praying he's coming in season 2 and they don't make us wait till season 3. But they were just cleaning that up because Cristobal's supposed to get out. And then somebody asked, "Where's 2-Bit?" Like I'm like, "Where's 2-Bit in this situation?" Kane and Drew. It's interesting that they didn't look at their dad and then look at Dante and go, "God damn!" Like they look like the same dude, don't they? Like,
well,
you think Mama would fuck both these dudes?
Dante is like just black, I think. He's not Spanish.
But I'm saying beard and everything. I'm like the like.
There's similarities, yeah.
There's a lot of similarities. I mean, I'd be like, shit, like they could be brothers. You think Mom would fuck? Huh? That's what I'm saying. I mean, it would be funny once it all comes out that the fuck they go, oh, Diane. So Diane snooping and shit when she
She ain't
ain't
gonna figure it out. She's
Huh?
she's the one that figures it out.
yeah, because she looking at
She gonna be
phones.
like, Poppy.
You might want to check mama's phone since her phone is face up while she getting text messages from her fucking
From
side
D.
dick. I'm like, from the D. I'm like, come on, bro. Shouldn't you have a burner phone? Even Yaz has a burner phone. Let's get the Yaz. Let's get the Yaz. God damn, I was so mad. Of all the shit that should have happened off camera, that competency hearing should have happened off camera. Period.
You're trying to give the girl some screen time.
Stop it. Did you stop this shit? This girl is probably real life, probably 11, 12, probably trying to play a 9-year-old, a competent 9-year-old, and she's coming off like she got special needs. Like, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing. When you see Sammy on Yellow Jackets, who's legit like 8, like legit, and you see this performance, I'm like, go get Sammy. That little motherfucker knows how to act. What time was it when your brother was there? Time? What do you mean time? The sun was out, son. It was dark. Disney? We watched Disney. Then we went to store. Grandma beat me. Scratch offs. Oh, fuck. That's okay, baby. It's okay. Shh. It's all right. She said no scratch offs. She said no scratch offs. She said I burned the bacon. I thought she was gonna lose her straight shit at that point. I thought she was gonna be like, I'm sorry, Grandma. I didn't mean to burn the bacon. And then fucking Tariq just has to hold her like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, her sister was murdered. Her dad was murdered. You know what I'm saying? Mama left. You know, she got a lot of shit going on. Like, this ain't the one. Just let my sister go. It's okay.
And she's supposed to be a better witness than Grandma.
Grandma left. I love, we talked about this, and I love the fact that the writers at least acknowledged this. He's like, my grandma could be my witness. You mean the one you said was a drunk? And you tried to take custody from her? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. Okay, never mind. Let's not do that, right? Let's not do that. So let's try something else.
Just give her a bunch of bottles of liquor and she'll say what you want to say.
Right, with a couple of shots. What's
Give
up?
her a couple of boxes of wine. She'll be all right.
She'll be all right. And some scratch offs. She'll be ready to go. She probably will testify for the prosecution. In fact, that's what needs to happen. She needs to testify for the prosecution. Boom. My son-in-law was a drug dealer. His son is a drug dealer. How do you think he's paying for his lawyer? Tutoring? I don't think so, bruh. Look into the finances. Like,
hey, she's 12.
Huh?
She's 12.
See, Stop.
But she's
Stop
playing
this
a
shit.
9-year-old, right? I'm just saying, she's playing a 9-year-old.
We all agree Sam is doing it better. Sam's doing it better. This goddamn, I can like off camera. It's not that hard, bro. All the shit happened off camera.
They are trying to give her more screen time.
Elisa Marie needs to come back. The child actors are terrible except for Elisa Marie. Absolutely. Lisa Marie on it.
Yeah, she's good.
And when she murders Tommy, I'm gonna be like, bye, Tommy. But it's gonna be worth it. You're gonna accept it, right? You're gonna be like, that's how it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
If this version of fucking Yaz is the one that takes out Tariq 5 seasons from now, I'm gonna be like, fuck all of you. She's gonna be like, you killed daddy. You killed sister. Grandma said scratch offs. Bam. He's like, oh shit, she got me. It's okay, baby. I understand. It's all my fault. Oh shit. She's gonna be out there slinging drugs. He's gonna be like, I did it to her. I'm the monster. I'm really the monster. He just fucking falls out. I'm like, it was too much. It was too much. Anyway, Carrie. Do you feel Carrie got slut
shoot her in
shamed?
the head and be done with it. I just need her to go. I'm so annoyed by this whole character. Like, just go already. Like, all her franticness and all this whole stuff. She put herself within this bullshit. Okay, so and what David said to her is true. She's banging everybody, and I think she banged Davis. In all honesty,
Oh yeah. That was
It's
before.
coming. It's
That was
coming.
no.
No,
So
I think I think when she was a prosecutor,
she did.
Oh,
that she blamed Davis for sure.
She said 4 people involved in the investigation. That's Davis, the detective, Jabari, that's 3,
And Zeke.
and Zeke, 4. That's
and
the
she
4
wanted
body.
Tariq, remember?
Yeah.
Huh?
In the very
Remember
beginning.
she was hot on Tariq at one point?
We felt she wanted to give him the draws. We felt it was, she didn't go forward with it, but I felt like draws was being offered. That's why we all felt that way. Yes.
And why is Tate being so nice to her? Like when Tate went
Because
over
he's
there to
trying to
talk
use
to her.
her.
Huh?
He's trying to use her like he uses everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
I submit he was being vulnerable in that moment. He told her the truth. He's like, he's trying a new approach to get that ass. Like, well, I'm saying it's not you, because he used her to get to the party, to get to the Weston dad, right? But even after that, after she broke down, he said, I need to try vulnerable. And he was like, I'm trying to save my career. I'm a survivor. You're a survivor. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're gonna be all right. And he's like, when she ain't got nobody else, ass is coming. Ass is coming. He's gonna be like, you can't go hard on her. You know what I'm saying? You gotta lay back, let her come to you. Like, he's figuring it out. I'm like, respect, Tate, respect. This whole blackface bullshit, I'm like, we saw this coming a mile away. I'm like, can you please get some creativity? Just a little bit of creativity.
Why would you keep that on your coffee table, though?
Why the fuck would you keep that? Don't make no damn sense. And then dumbass fucking Braden has never looked through this book to go, hey dad, what the fuck is this? And then go, hey friend, can you go get me your dad's yearbook just for shits and giggles? Because it might help me. I was like, yeah, but I'm not taking this photo though, because that's some bad shit. Like, my dad's doing some wild shit, and I ain't had none of that. Like, he don't think about that.
But what do you think is going to happen between Braden and Tariq? Because Tariq already stole that picture. Like, they didn't show him doing it, but we already know he did. When Braden turned his back, he took that picture. Well,
more importantly, he heard Tate already use it again. So whether he took it or not, he already knows that it's in play, right?
Yep.
So like, he needs to confront Tariq over that. He's mad as fuck right now.
Yeah,
I'm saying, but that's what we needed to see. Except
Tariq
for,
didn't have to take the picture. He could take out his phone, snap.
That's
also,
I was saying the same thing.
Tate.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, we have technology, people, where we can just take pictures and send them. I was like, why does he need an actual? That didn't make any sense. Like, you need the actual paper picture. Like, are they gonna say no? It's not me. Of course not, because then he can actually go get the picture, the real picture.
Exactly. And they can destroy it. They can burn it. And I mean, so like, you're right. You're right. He just that. But again, I think he truly was trying to help Tariq out, to be like there's a balance, right? At first, I think he was just going to expose the picture, like straight up, right? But then he was like, look, I'm not trying to hurt Tariq. I just need to get to the West, right? If I get the Weston to leverage the Sweeney, then that solves the problem, and I'm not burning the bridge with Tariq, right? But with the fact that Braden heard it, Tariq's already fucked. So how's that gonna affect the thing? Is the question. Kane informing Tariq that business is done, you ain't got a supply, figure this shit out. Apparently next week, I guess Kane says we're gonna rob Dante. That's basically what the answer is gonna be. They're gonna try to rob Dante next week.
Really? I didn't even see that.
That makes no fucking sense. But he's taking them to the hangar that we saw.
Oh, wait, I did see that part where they were shooting. Oh, that's gonna be terrible. Like, why would you do that?
That's not a good idea.
No, that dude has cameras everywhere.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. So yeah, that's the goal. But like, Tariq ain't got no other options of supply. I guess because like, even Effie's out. So without Monet and them, like, they really got a lot of like options with that. He's like, my case is tomorrow. He's like, that sounds like a you problem. I was like, very famous line in the Power Writers. But how does he not realize that Kane is his enemy? Like Sax was right. Like Kane set you up. Like he's letting you go down for this. I say once again, Lil Guap. The reason Lil Guap is still alive, they're gonna frame Lil Guap for Ramirez's murder, and therefore somehow connect him to Jabari's murder.
When are they gonna do it? Because I'm just annoyed now. I just want this whole thing to be done. It's annoying. Move on to another storyline.
Exactly.
I mean, dragging this one. It's taking too long.
Let's get to Davis trying to get his brother out of prison.
Yes, a new, fresh storyline. Because I'm sick of this one. Yeah, and I'm tired of Monet and Lorenzo.
I don't really care about that story.
Yeah, I don't care about Lorenzo and Monet at all.
Well, I care about Lorenzo.
I mean, Lorenzo's cute. He is cute. But I'm saying, like, people are married all the time and have separate lives. Like, she can go sleep in one of them 10 bedrooms they got, or whatever. I don't know how many. I'm just saying it. But she can go sleep on the couch.
He was like, go get my damn chicken anime. Like,
he did, right? He's like, go get my chicken. Hey, ashtray, bitch. I said I want to smoke my cigars.
Yeah, he was tripping.
I was like, that right there is gonna get him murdered. He ends up
dead.
If
it was me, if I was Monet, he would have been dead. As soon as you ordering me around like I'm a maid, come on. No, dude. I got Dante over here. Have you seen Dante? He's the better version of you, dude.
I've seen Dante in 25 years. You don't even know nothing about this man.
You
don't even know what he does for a living. Like,
yeah, but he's tall and he's got the thickness. I mean, so it really don't matter what he does.
No, not in real life. You don't. I've seen pictures.
Really? Whoa.
But again,
we need to see those pictures, Stacy.
So like Dante and Monet, Dante's Monet's story is very Ghost and Angie, very Ghost and Angie. Oh, that being said, please note that Monet basically turned into Ghost in this episode. Every drug dealer I know is dead or inside. We need to get out of this fucking game.
Yeah. Yes, she did. Yep. Yeah.
And they're saying that shit when her daughter was begging to go to school.
Yeah. But she's like, but now she's like, we got to get out. And Lorenzo's like, I love this shit. We never getting out.
You hanging your hat on Zeke.
I love though how she got completely indignant when Dante figured that shit out. Like, you're trying to ride your whole career. Our son is your retirement plan. Fuck you. Don't you say that about our son. Yeah, he is. No, he is our retirement plan. But the way she got mad all of a sudden, like, bitch, that's what you've been saying for like the whole season.
And the thing is that she doesn't realize to me, she's naive of how she's saying this. Like, your whole entire next half of your life is based on Zeke.
Yeah.
Dumbass Zeke.
Right.
Who might get into the NBA and trip the first day, bust his knee open, and then what happens? Do we go back to selling drugs? What do we do now? Do we kiss Lorenzo's ring? And like, okay, Lorenzo, you were right.
Oh, maybe kissing something else. It'll be off camera though. But I mean, there's gonna be some kissing going on. But it don't make sense. What is she gonna do when she has her Angie moment and she figures out that she's giving up the white knight, right? Like, she's like, I don't want Dante. Fuck Dante. I'm like, so you don't know Dante. You putting all of this on Z. What's up, Stacey?
Dante had a trust set up for you and your kids. All you had to do was sign it and go. But you're risking it on Zeke.
No.
Ignorance.
Nope. Sign me up. Sign. I'm signing everything. As long as my kids are taken care of and I can lay on my ass like Monet obviously wants to do.
Right.
Okay. Instead of getting a job like
Lorenzo was like, baby, you fall back. You ain't got to do nothing. Me and the boys are going to take over. We sending Diana to school. You just chill out and get my damn chicken. Sit your ass down and get the damn chicken. Like, pick a side.
Yeah.
Lorenzo's going to retire you. Dante's going to retire you. Pick one and move on.
That's it.
Because Zeke isn't it.
Yes.
The writers don't know what they want you to care about. They keep changing writers and directors, and they think all this makes sense. It don't make no damn sense. Tariq hasn't tutored once this whole damn season. And he's like, "What do you do for a living?" I tutor. I want this thing called Course Correct. It's fuck me. Anyway, it's a lot. But it was a good episode. They crammed a lot of shit into it. I want LaGuerta to come back. I want Uncle Frank to matter, because that made no sense. Like I want his death to matter.
Do you think that Lorenzo knows that his brother snitched, and maybe he might have to? Maybe Tony. His name is Tony, right? The brother. He has to be. Maybe his wife has to be taken out.
Frank, you talking Batista's character, Frank.
Yeah. So maybe like Lorenzo's, if Monet tells Lorenzo what she said, then maybe Lorenzo might have to take the wife out, or she might take him out because she blames him for for Frank being dead. I'm
going for the latter. Monet says Lorenzo got to go. I can't be the one to do it. She tells LaGuerta it was Lorenzo that organized the death of his brother, and then they come in, kill him, and this way she's free. That I think if this scene,
and Diana's gonna hate her.
And then you got that. So then a commenter was talking about how Diane in particular, I guess at this point, Diane and Drew are like Ghost and Tommy, and Monet is like Breeze, and they're like once Monet gets out the way, we can be who we want to be, and to an extent. But Monet definitely with Diane, like she is the barrier to everything Diane wants to be. She won't let her grow up, that kind of thing, and therefore she's like, we kill her, we get out the way.
Right. Well, she was right about that. Stay away from Tariq. She won't listen. So if she gets pregnant, I'm just gonna lose it.
Dude, one of these women needs to end up with the seed of St. Patrick. One of them.
Why?
One of them.
No.
He nailed it down 3 women. One of them just needs to be like, I don't know if she keeps it or not, but like just to be like, hey, I'm pregnant. F would be like, nah, I had to.
If it look like she got a supply of Plan Bs in her dash.
Right. She's like, if I'm with a man, this bloop, like this is my morning pill just in case. Or she has options. She realizes she has options. Anyway, anything else with this episode, Kim?
No, okay. Let me ask y'all a question. When Lorenzo met Dante, right, and everything was good, why did Kane turn around and say fuck? Like as soon as they embraced, like Lorenzo actually came in first and embraced Dante and was like, okay, cool, man. And then was walking away. Then when Kane turned around, he said, fuck. So
the fact that all the supply was going to his dad, he's saying that cuts out Monet and his side business.
Oh, okay. Okay. So the side hustle with Course Correct.
Yeah.
Which Lorenzo doesn't want them to do anymore anyway.
Right. Which is why he asked about it. That's what I'm saying. And like, so how does he know? How does he even know that's still a thing? Why would he ask that question? Like, are you still fucking around with Tariq? Like, why? What does he know that he would have to ask that question? And
Probably Diana's running her mouth.
Also true. So, but I think that's what it was. But again, Dante's plan doesn't make sense. Because if Lorenzo is flush with drugs, that means he's flush with money, which means Monet's not going anywhere because she's taken care of, right? Like the point was to disrupt the business to the point that she has no other options but Dante. So I'm like, I'm not sure how helping Lorenzo, beef up to be the biggest drug dealer in Queens is gonna solve the problem of getting Monet to him. That doesn't. I don't know. Stacey, anything else? All right then. Well, in that case, thank you everyone for watching. We appreciate you. We're about to get the yellow jackets that also has some wild shit happening with that being the season finale. So we're gonna get to that. Thank you everyone who subscribed and commented. We greatly appreciate you. But if you're new, please subscribe and comment on the video when it's posted. And we look forward to that. We got some more postings. We'll do some community stuff. Check out our community section. We got some things there you can comment on and share. And we will see you next week for episode 8. Will Kane and Tariq, I guess, successfully rob Dante? Will Dante figure out who did it? We gotta see what happens.
Yeah.
And where that works out. He's not stupid, right? Like he
He's not.
cannot be like, oh my God, who took me down? I know what Kane's voice sounds like, and I'm gonna go kill that fucker. Too much
Maybe
Tyler
that's
Perry.
when Lorenzo dies because he's protecting Kane.
Stop trying to kill Lorenzo. Stop it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, Stacey. That's like saying killing Tate, right? I understand. I got you.
Hey.
Nobody touch him.
Nobody touch Tate because
But didn't the guy that was on Kings of Napa kind of remind you of Tate, the little guy?
Oh,
sorry, Stacey.
That's real fucked up. No, that's real quick. Where the fuck is Tate's brother?
Yeah, what happened to him?
Why is Kevin
The
back?
other guy come back. Whitman came back.
It's like they switch off.
This is not even his case. He's all about Carrie and Zeke. Right. It's Tate's brother, Kamal. It's Kamal who's the one who's the reason why this prosecution is even happening. So where the fuck is he at?
But why was Whitman at Everett's door asking him about the ruckus with
the shooting?
Zeke?
Because it's all back to Zeke because he knows Zeke was involved. And he's trying to bring Zeke back in this bullshit. That's why. But it didn't make any sense. Like he's dead on our kind of people. He needs to be dead on this show. Like Detective Kevin needs to go. All right, and Tate needs to take over because
you just have to push him through a glass table. He'll die.
Because all right, that's what's happening. All right, guys.